It's right here. The tire can hold up to 35, 20. The top one is what you had before, and then that's what I'm gonna put at the bottom. Sometimes if you have too much, I'll hit this override button and it'll just drain it out.
Hello, so we are in Dallas. Notice that our tires are really low as far as pressure goes, and so we're not really educated a lot on filling up tires, especially with really heavy loads. So we called the trailer place. They weren't too helpful, and Jennifer called Discount Tire, which was 3 miles down the road, and the guy was super nice, said he would help us out. So that is encouraging. So they're going to fill up our tires. So that was awesome for them. I know that they usually do free tire fill-ups, but yeah, that makes me feel a heck of a lot better. So we can get an education in filling up tires on a camper and make sure that we're safe for the road. So did not want to get on the highway with our tires low. So anyways, that's what we're doing now. Where do you find that information? Just on the tire?
Yeah, so
do you mind if I tape this just so I don't remember?
Yeah,
so I
go ahead. So right here, it should say right here on your load. This just means your load range, and this is the load range of your tire. That means that it fits an RV, and you have to remain in the 10E range for it to be an RV tire. And right next to it, it says 80 psi. That's recommended for hot and cold on RVs.
Okay, so these should be 80 psi.
Yes, sir. 80 will be 80 all the way around. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then on your truck.
What is the E? What is this range? The E you were talking about?
So this is your load range. Meaning load range is how durable the tires and how much weight that the tires can hold.
Okay.
So the range is in 10, and then meaning E. So 10, it can be 10. You can say D, C, F. The higher the letters, like say an F, that means it can hold more.
Okay.
And the 10, it just means the diameter of the tire.
Okay, so how much weight can that tire hold?
So this one is right here. The tire can hold up to 35, 20.
Okay, so per tire.
Yes, sir.
So 3,520 times
times 4.
4.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Cool. So
yes,
yeah, we're way in range. So
yes, sir. So and it's in our system will calculate, but sometimes we have to verify because we don't want to give you the wrong range, and then you pull away, and then your tires just give out.
Yeah, definitely. So how does this thing work? You just hook it up and it automatically sets it to the right pressure?
Yes, sir. The top is what your tire pressure was at before. The bottom is what I set it to right now.
Okay, and these ones you're gonna set it to 80, or are you gonna set it under?
I'm gonna set it to 80. This goes up to 90.
Okay.
Yeah, anytime like some trailer tires, they go up to like 125. We have a special device it's an extra pump. We pump it and we can monitor how much air level we're pumping it in.
So I called the trailer place we bought it from before we came here, and he said that he would recommend filling it 5 psi under. Is that not correct? He said he doesn't really know because they don't do, they're not experts on tires, but
so what we do, we max it to what it says because you want to have more pressure to sustain the weight of that trailer. So when you're sustaining that weight, you're gonna drop down a little bit because going through weather changes and just having the tire sit. But I would recommend just leaving it where it's at. And sometimes if you're driving or if you have passengers inside the vehicle and they're in there and they can feel how bumpy or how heavy, then it's off your preference. Say, you know what, it says 80. Can you drop it down 5 pounds to 75?
But if you do it at 80 and it's 30 degrees and we're going into warmer weather, it's only going to lower, right? As we get warmer?
It's gonna lower by 2, but as the heat is hitting the tire, it's gonna expand even more. So with heat, air rises and lowers, but in the cold, it just keeps on going down lower.
Okay, so as we hit warmer weather, it'll actually
it'll go down. It'll go down a little bit, then it'll expand back up to 80, and it'll stay at 80.
Okay.
It won't increase.
It's not going to increase.
No,
okay.
Sir. No, it's just colder weather. Just a I guess the nitrogen that we put into your tires is just for some reason in colder weather that it just starts to shrink, and that's why we recommend people here with this colder weather coming around just to come by every 2 weeks to refill up.
Okay.
So,
and what would be the main thing to think about, like with a trailer tire versus, you know, just a truck or a car without?
okay, let me put this over here.
Yeah, sure.
So the max on these tires is also 80, but your truck says 65 all the way around. You can boost these tires up to 80 if you want, but we would recommend it on regular truck tires because the higher the pressure you have, the more you wear out the tread.
Yeah.
So we always tell people, go recommend on your door. The only thing that we do because it's one of our policies, sometimes we add 3, and the only reason why we add 3 is because when you're done driving your car for the day and it sits at night, the colder weather drains it, so you'll be back at your starting pack of 65. But since you said you're going to go into warmer weather, I don't have to worry about putting 3 over because it's going to expand to 68 and then come back to 65.
And does it make a difference, because you said you would normally just go at 65 because it wears down the treads, but because it's loaded with this trailer, does that make any difference?
No, not so much, because since you have those trailer tires that can hold that load, you don't have to increase the air pressure. Those tires will do it for you. But say you didn't have those low range E's, say you had D's, then I would recommend you doing 80 in the front, 75, 80 in the rear, 75, so you can balance it out.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If those were a lower grade tire.
Yes, sir. Those were
that makes
lower
sense.
grade.
And this, because it's a 5th wheel, it's not putting a ton of weight. I mean, this trailer probably weighs loaded 12,000 pounds. It only puts about 1,700, maybe 1,800 pounds of pressure in the back.
Yeah. So
it's really not.
It's not gonna do too much. If you started to notice, if you're traveling down the road and you're looking at your tire pressure and you start noticing that the rears are losing a little bit much air, then I'll say go ahead and just kick it up to 70.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, the air pressure will balance out the load range of the RV.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the info. Oh, man. Awesome.
Yeah, so like I said, the top one is what you had before, and then that's what I'm gonna put on the bottom. Sometimes if you have too much, I'll hit this override button and it'll just drain it out.
Okay. So they're pretty low then, based on what you recommend.
Yeah,
so it's good we stopped.
Yeah, and it's gonna happen, like I said, when you're going through different states and stuff, and going through different weather climates, and like we were talking about earlier, when you start hitting warm weather, the heat would expand it a little bit, and then it will bring it back down to what is recommended.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Thanks, man.
No problem. So as you're traveling, just buy a torque wrench. You can buy one from an AutoZone, Harbor Freights, or any auto store, and you're gonna want to set it to 110, which is the range that you want to have on this. Okay. And I'm just gonna torque them. The only reason why I'm torquing them is because if you did travel a long distance, we want to make sure that you're traveling, you're gonna get there safe, and that the wheels ain't gonna fall off.
Yeah.
So since I didn't remove any of the assembly, I'll torque them in a circle. If I were to remove them, I had to do a star pattern first, then a circle.
Okay.
But so since right now I didn't do anything but put air, I'm just do circles all the way around.
Okay, cool. Awesome, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it looks much better. The tires.
Yeah, so the next time, if you're down in Galveston, just stop by an auto parts store. Make sure you get a torque wrench that goes above. Ours goes all the way up to. This one caps out at 250, so you can buy a torque wrench that has 250 pounds of torque, and all you have to do is when you make your way back home, just retorque it. That's it. So you should be good for the whole journey there and all the way back. No, just when you get home, just torque it, or stop at a Discount Tire.
Okay.
On your way, ask them to dig you, just torque your tires, and there should be no fee for that.
Okay, sweet.
It's there.
Awesome. Oh, and on the way out,
Yeah.
I'm thinking left would probably be better. So I'll pull all the way to this side, but I may have to
Move the cones.
move those cones.
Okay, I'll tell somebody to move the cones for you.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Seriously, you have no idea. This was super helpful.
No problem. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, definitely. And what's your name?
My name's Joe.
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thanks, Joe.
If you could just do me a favor, I'm trying to go for a promotion here.
Yeah.
Like that, if you just let me give you the number to the store real quick.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely do that. So went to Discount Tire. They were awesome. This guy Joe educated us on what we need to do. Yeah, his name is Joe. What to do as far as what pressure we needed to fill our tires at. Explained everything. It was really awesome, very helpful, and then even talked to me about torquing the bolts on the tires. So that was really awesome. So man, if you're ever in Dallas, go to Discount Tire. We have them in Colorado too, and they're always helpful. So once again, Discount Tire came through.